A routine police response to an alleged abduction in Osun State has turned into a deadly confrontation after suspected hoodlums ambushed a police patrol team, leaving 2 civilians dead, 2 officers seriously injured, and an AK-47 rifle and patrol vehicle taken from the scene. The incident reportedly happened along the Ibadan-Ife Expressway, raising fresh concerns about the security situation along one of the major routes connecting communities in the region. But how did a police team responding to a distress call suddenly find itself under attack? And perhaps more importantly, where are the suspects who managed to escape with a police rifle? This is the latest security incident to put authorities on alert in Osun State. According to the report, the incident occurred at about 11 a.m. when officers attached to the Ikire Divisional Police Headquarters received a distress call concerning the alleged abduction of a man identified as Sokami. The police team, led by the divisional police officer, immediately responded to the call. The officers traveled to the reported location along the Ibadan-Ife Expressway. But when they arrived, the situation reportedly changed dramatically. Instead of finding a straightforward rescue operation, the officers came under what police described as a sudden and unprovoked attack. The suspected hoodlums reportedly opened fire on the police officers while they were inside their operational vehicle. The attackers managed to seize one of the police service rifles and AK-47. That development immediately escalated the danger. According to the police, the hoodlums subsequently used the stolen weapon to fire indiscriminately. 2 civilians were reportedly killed during the attack. The victims were identified as 49-year-old Nureni Sobowale from the Odeida area of Abeokuta and 43-year-old Saheed Akinrole from Adebo community in Ikiri. Their deaths have added another tragic dimension to what began as a police response to an alleged kidnapping. The remains of the 2 victims were reportedly deposited at the Oluyoro Catholic mortuary, while their families were notified. But the casualties did not end here. 2 police officers were also seriously injured during the confrontation. The injured officers were initially taken to a nearby medical facility for emergency treatment before being transferred to the University College Hospital, UCH in Ibadan, for further medical attention. The attack also resulted in another major setback for the police. The suspect reportedly seized the patrol vehicle attached to the Ikiri division. Think about what that means. A police team responds to an emergency call. The officers are attacked. Their service weapon is taken. 2 officers are seriously wounded. 2 civilians lose their lives. And the patrol vehicle is driven away by the attackers. Fortunately, the vehicle was later recovered, but it was found abandoned. And according to the police, it has multiple bullet holes and a shattered windscreen. That damage provides a disturbing picture of the intensity of the attack. Investigators also recovered 9 expended ammunition shells from the scene. Those shells have reportedly been taken for forensic examination. The forensic process could potentially help investigators establish what weapons were fired and gather additional evidence that may assist in identifying those responsible. But there is an even bigger concern: the stolen AK-47. A police service rifle in the hands of criminals is not simply another piece of missing equipment. It is a potentially dangerous weapon that could be used to threaten or attack more people. That is why recovering the rifle and apprehending the suspects should be a major priority for the authorities. Following the attack, the newly deployed Commissioner of Police in Osun State, CP Ibrahim Zungura, reportedly visited the scene for an on-the-spot assessment. The commissioner ordered a comprehensive investigation into the incident.
A case was handed over the DCCID who have directed to investigate this case thoroughly. And while I say thoroughly, I mean thoroughly. Whatever outcome will make it known to the KBC and further will be informed.
We did not plan for anything like this. Rather, what we plan for is for us to have peace.
The Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of the State's Criminal Investigation Department, SCID, was directed to lead the investigation. The police have also deployed tactical and intelligence assets to track down the fleeing suspects. And this is where the investigation now enters its most important phase. Who organized the attack? How did the suspect know about the location? Who are the individuals involved? Where did they flee after abandoning the patrol vehicle? And most importantly, where is the stolen AK-47? These questions will need answers. The incident also raises questions about the original distress call. Police officers were reportedly responding to an alleged abduction. That means there was already a reported security threat in the area before the ambush occurred. Authorities will therefore need to establish exactly what happened to the alleged kidnapping victim, Zungami, and whether the people who ambushed the police team were connected to the reported abduction. That connection could become an important part of the investigation. It is also a reminder of the risks faced by police officers responding to distress calls. When an emergency call comes in, officers are expected to move quickly. But criminals can sometimes exploit that urgency. They may create distractions, lure security personnel into vulnerable locations, and attack officers when they least expect it. This is why intelligence and operational planning are critical. The police must be able to respond rapidly while also assessing the possibility of an ambush. For the residents who use the Ibadan-Ife Expressway and surrounding communities, the incident is understandably worrying. Major highways are essential for transportation, trade, and movement. When violent attacks occur along such routes, the fear can spread beyond the immediate location. People begin to question whether they can travel safely. Commercial activities can be disrupted, and communities can become increasingly dependent on security escorts or other protective measures. The police command has urged residents to remain calm and vigilant. Authorities have also assured the public that security has been reinforced along the affected area. But reassurance will ultimately need to be followed by results. Residents will want to see the suspects identified. They will want arrests. They will want the stolen AK-47 recovered. And they will want to know that those responsible for the deaths of the 2 civilians and injuries to the officers will face justice. At the same time, the incident demonstrates why cooperation between security agencies and the public remains critical. The police have appealed to residents who have credible information about the suspect or the attack to contact the nearest police station or the command. That information could prove decisive. Criminal suspects may attempt to hide in unfamiliar communities, change vehicles, or seek assistance from associates. But every piece of reliable information can help investigators narrow the search. And this is where the public has a role to play. Vigilance does not mean taking the law into one's own hand. It means reporting suspicious activities and allowing trained security personnel to investigate. The Osun Police Command has promised that further updates will be provided as the investigation progresses. For now, however, the facts paint a troubling picture. A police patrol team was ambushed. An AK-47 service rifle was stolen. A patrol vehicle was seized and later recovered with bullet damage. 2 civilians were killed. 2 police officers were seriously injured, and the suspects remain at large. This is no longer simply an isolated roadside incident. It is a serious security challenge that requires a strong response. The priority now is clear. Locate the suspects, recover the stolen weapon, determine exactly how the attack was organized, and establish whether the attackers are connected to other criminal activities in the area. Because if armed criminals can attack a police patrol team and escape with a service rifle, the implications goes far beyond one incident. That weapon must not be allowed to disappear into the criminal underworld, and the people responsible must be brought to justice. The people of Osun will now be watching closely. Will the intelligence operation lead to arrest? Will the stolen AK-47 be recovered? And will authorities be able to prevent another attack along the Ibadan-Ife Expressway? What do you think? Does this attack show that criminals are becoming increasingly bold? Or does it expose weaknesses in how police respond to security threats? Share your thoughts in the comments and stay with us for more updates on Nigeria's security situation. I am Cassie Tony.